Hey there! If you've ever experienced the uncomfortable burn of acid reflux or heartburn, you know how irritating it can be. That burning sensation in your chest, the sour taste in your mouth, it's not exactly a party in your esophagus. But listen, you don't have to suffer in silence. In this video, we're gonna break down what acid reflux really is, and more importantly, how you can manage it and get back to feeling your best. We're talking practical, easy-to-follow tips that can make a real difference in your day-to-day life. So, if you're ready to ditch the discomfort and take control of your health, stick around. We've got a lot to cover, and I promise, it's going to be worth it. Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly is acid reflux? It's a common condition that affects millions of people around the world, but not everyone fully understands what's going on inside their bodies when they experience it. Well, picture this. You've just had a delicious meal, maybe a little too delicious, and you're feeling satisfied. You're sitting back enjoying the afterglow of a great meal, when suddenly you feel a discomfort that starts to build. But then, you start to feel that familiar burning sensation in your chest, sometimes even creeping up your throat. It's not just a minor inconvenience, it can be quite painful and alarming. That, my friends, is the not-so-subtle calling card of acid reflux. It's your body's way of signaling that something isn't quite right with your digestive process. Here's the deal. Acid reflux happens when the acid in your stomach decides to take a little detour the wrong way, back up into your esophagus. This detour is not just a random occurrence, it's often triggered by certain foods, stress, or even lying down too soon after eating. See, your esophagus is this tube that carries food from your mouth down to your stomach. It's a crucial part of your digestive system, acting like a conveyor belt that ensures food reaches where it needs to go. And to keep things moving in the right direction, there's this little valve at the bottom called the lower esophageal sphincter, LES. This valve is essential for maintaining the one-way traffic of food and acid. Now, the LES is like a bouncer at a club. It's supposed to let food in, and then shut tight to prevent anything from coming back up. It's a gatekeeper that ensures the stomach contents stay where they belong. But sometimes that bouncer needs a coffee break, and the LES relaxes a bit, letting some of that stomach acid sneak past. This relaxation can be caused by various factors including certain foods, beverages, and even lifestyle habits. And guess what? Stomach acid is pretty powerful stuff. It's designed to break down food, not hang out in your esophagus. This acid is potent enough to digest the food you eat, which is why it can cause so much discomfort when it ends up in the wrong place. It's designed to break down food, not hang out in your esophagus. When it does, it can cause inflammation and irritation, leading to that burning sensation. So when it does make its way up there, it irritates the lining of your esophagus, causing that uncomfortable burning sensation we know as heartburn. This irritation can be persistent, and may even lead to more serious conditions if left unchecked. Now here's the thing about your body. It's pretty amazing at communicating. It sends signals to let you know when something is off, and heartburn is one of those signals. And sometimes acid reflux is its way of trying to tell you something. It's a warning sign that your digestive system needs some attention. It's like your body's way of saying, hey, something's not quite right down here. It's important to listen to these signals and take action to address the underlying causes. So if you're experiencing frequent heartburn, it's important to pay attention and figure out what might be triggering it. Keeping a food diary, consulting with a healthcare professional, and making lifestyle changes can all help manage and reduce the symptoms of acid reflux. Let's talk about some of the usual suspects when it comes to triggering acid reflux. Acid reflux can be a real pain, quite literally. And understanding what might be causing it is the first step towards managing it effectively. Now keep in mind, everyone is different, and what sends one person running for the antacids might not bother another person at all. This is why it's so important to pay attention to your own body and how it reacts to different foods and habits. It's all about figuring out what your personal triggers are. Keeping a food diary can be incredibly helpful in identifying patterns and pinpointing specific foods or behaviors that might be causing issues. First up, we've got the usual suspects in the food world. These are the foods that are most commonly associated with triggering acid reflux. Spicy foods. I'm looking at you. While they might be delicious, those fiery peppers can sometimes turn up the heat in your stomach, leading to acid reflux. It's not just the peppers themselves, but also the spices used in many dishes that can cause problems. While they might be delicious, those fiery peppers can sometimes turn up the heat in your stomach, leading to acid reflux. If you love spicy food but find it causes discomfort, Try reducing the amount of spice or opting for milder versions of your favorite dishes. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits are another common culprit. They're acidic, and while that's great for vitamin C, it can be a bit much for a sensitive stomach. If you notice that citrus fruits are a trigger, try to limit your intake or pair them with other foods to help neutralize the acid. Next on the list we have chocolate. I know it's heartbreaking, but chocolate contains a compound called theobromine, which can relax the LES, that bouncer we talked about earlier, making it easier for acid to escape. This doesn't mean you have to give up chocolate entirely, but being mindful of how much you consume can make a big difference. And let's not forget about fatty foods. Those burgers and fries might be calling your name, but they can slow down digestion and put pressure on your stomach, increasing the risk of reflux. Fatty foods take longer to digest, which means your stomach produces more acid to break them down. Those burgers and fries might be calling your name, but they can slow down digestion and put pressure on your stomach, increasing the risk of reflux. Opting for leaner cuts of meat and avoiding fried foods can help reduce this risk. But it's not just about what you eat, it's also about how you eat. Eating large meals can overload your stomach, making it more likely for acid to back up. Try eating smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day to keep your stomach from getting too full. This is especially important to remember during holidays or special occasions when it's easy to overindulge. And if you're the type who loves to hit the hay right after a big meal, you might want to reconsider. Lying down too soon after eating can make it easier for acid to flow back up into your esophagus. Try to stay upright for at least a couple of hours after eating to give your body time to digest. Lying down too soon after eating can make it easier for acid to flow back up into your esophagus. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding what might be triggering your acid reflux, you can start making simple changes to your diet and lifestyle that can make a world of difference. By understanding what might be triggering your acid reflux, you can start making simple changes to your diet and lifestyle that can make a world of difference. Small adjustments like avoiding certain foods, eating smaller meals, and staying upright after eating can help you manage your symptoms and improve your quality of life. Alright, let's talk strategy. When it comes to managing acid reflux, the size of your meals can make a significant difference. One of the simplest and most effective ways to manage acid reflux is to rethink your portion sizes. By reducing the amount of food you eat in one sitting, you can help your digestive system work more efficiently. Instead of those 3 large meals a day, try shifting to smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. This approach can help keep your stomach from becoming too full and reduce the chances of acid reflux. Think of it as grazing, but in a healthy way. By eating smaller portions more often, you can maintain a steady flow of nutrients and energy without overwhelming your stomach. Here's why this works. When you eat a large meal, your stomach has to work overtime to digest all that food. This can lead to discomfort and increased acid production. It stretches out to accommodate the volume, putting pressure on the LES, that gatekeeper we talked about earlier. The LES, or lower esophageal sphincter, is crucial in preventing acid from escaping the stomach. And as we know, a pressured LES is more likely to let some acid sneak past. This can cause that familiar burning sensation and discomfort associated with acid reflux. Smaller meals, on the other hand, are like giving your stomach a much-needed break. They allow your digestive system to process food more easily and efficiently. They're easier to digest, putting less pressure on your LES and reducing the likelihood of acid reflux. This can lead to a more comfortable and enjoyable eating experience. Plus, eating more frequently can help stabilize your blood sugar levels, which is a win-win for your overall health. Stable blood sugar levels can improve your energy and mood throughout the day. Think of it this way: would you rather try to stuff a whole week's worth of laundry into the washing machine at once, or do a few smaller loads throughout the week? Smaller loads are more manageable and less likely to cause issues. Your stomach, like your washing machine, will thank you for not overloading it. By adopting this approach, you can help prevent acid reflux and enjoy your meals without discomfort. Listen to your body, identifying and avoiding trigger foods. Remember how we talked about those common trigger foods? Well, here's where the detective work comes in. It's time to channel your inner Sherlock Holmes and start paying attention to what your body is telling you. Keep a food diary for a week or two and jot down everything you eat and drink, along with any symptoms you experience. Do you notice a pattern? Does that spicy burrito always leave you with heartburn? Or maybe it's that extra cup of coffee in the afternoon that sets things off. Once you've identified your personal trigger foods, it's time to take action. Now, I'm not saying you have to say goodbye to your favorite foods forever, but try reducing your intake or saving them for special occasions. Maybe instead of that big plate of spicy wings, you opt for a smaller portion or try a milder version. Remember, everyone is different. What triggers acid reflux for one person might not faze another, so listen to your body, be mindful of what you eat and adjust your diet accordingly. It's all about finding what works best for you. Alright, let's talk about the importance of timing, especially when it comes to eating and sleeping. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to prevent acid reflux is to give your body enough time to digest your food before hitting the hay. Here's why. When you lie down, especially right after a meal, you're basically giving gravity a helping hand in sending that stomach acid back up your esophagus. Remember, gravity is a powerful force and it doesn't always play fair. So, what's the magic number? Aim to wait at least 2 to 3 hours after eating before lying down. This gives your stomach ample time to do its job, allowing the food to move from your stomach into your intestines, taking some of the pressure off your LES. Think of it this way. Imagine trying to sleep comfortably with a bowling ball on your stomach. Not very relaxing, right? Well, a full stomach can feel a bit like that bowling ball, putting pressure on your LES and increasing the risk of reflux. Give your body a break, let gravity work its magic, and avoid those late-night snacks. Let's talk about optimizing your sleep setup to minimize acid reflux. You know how we talked about gravity being a bit of a troublemaker when it comes to acid reflux? Well, we can actually use gravity to our advantage while we sleep. Here's a simple trick. Elevate your head while you sleep. No, you don't need a fancy adjustable bed, although those are pretty cool. Simply grab a few extra pillows or place a wedge under the head of your mattress. Elevating your head helps to keep your stomach below your esophagus, making it harder for acid to creep back up. It's like creating a natural slide for your food to go down and stay down. Aim for an incline of about 6 to 8 inches. You want to be comfortable, not propped up at a 45-degree angle. Experiment with different pillow arrangements or wedges to find what works best for you. And hey, if it helps you sleep better and wake up without that burning sensation, it's a win-win. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to rush through meals without even really tasting our food, but guess what? Eating too quickly can actually contribute to acid reflux. So let's talk about the power of mindful eating. When you eat too quickly, you tend to swallow more air, which can lead to bloating and increased pressure in your stomach. And remember, increased pressure in your stomach is not our friend when it comes to acid reflux. Instead of scarfing down your food like it's a race, try slowing down and savoring each bite. Chew your food thoroughly, put your fork down between bites, and pay attention to the flavors and textures of your meal. Mindful eating isn't just about preventing acid reflux, it's about improving your overall digestion and your relationship with food. It allows your body to properly break down food, absorb nutrients, and signal when you're actually full, which can help prevent overeating. So the next time you sit down for a meal, take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the experience. Your stomach will thank you for it. So there you have it, simple, practical tips to help you manage acid reflux and get back to feeling your best. Remember, you are your own best advocate when it comes to your health. What do you think has been most helpful for your acid reflux? Have you tried any of these tips? Let me know your experience, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more health tips and tricks. Until next time, stay healthy, my friends.